Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to show you how to build your own bucket sprayer. This was my first time doing it and I think it turned out awesome. So let's get into the video. Alright guys, so here we have kind of our layout. I'm going to go ahead and mark where I want everything. And then we'll start drilling some holes, getting everything kind of set where we want it. And then we'll start plumbing it up, and then we'll do a test. So I'm gonna leave the links to everything that I bought in the description. There's a couple videos out on building this thing. A buddy of mine reached out a couple of months ago and told me about this. And I had seen them. I've seen the videos, you know, I mean, they've been around for, you know, a couple of years or whatever, but I've just wasted so much money on pump sprayers that are junk, man. I'll go buy a brand new pump sprayer and it'll last, you know, a job, and we'll rinse it out. We'll, you know, do everything that you're supposed to do, rinse it out, rinse the wand out, everything. And I go to use it and the next time and it's junk. It's all, you know, there's a crack in it somewhere or the seals are leaking. And I know we spray some pretty nasty stuff, so I mean, it kind of is what it is, but I'm gonna give this thing a shot and see if we can't, you know, build something a little bit more reliable, a little bit higher quality, and will maybe last a little bit longer. So that's the goal for now. So the pumps that I'm using, I've seen some guys running these, and I wanted to give it a shot. So it's the C-Flow. Maybe you can read that. It's 12 volt, 1.3 gallon a minute, and there's some different, you know, little things that if you're curious about it. What I am going with is the M18 Milwaukee batteries. I have a ton of Milwaukee batteries, so that's the charger that I went ahead and got. But you can get, like, if you have a lot of DeWalt stuff or Ryobi or whatever it is, you can find these on Amazon as well. I think I paid maybe less than 15 bucks for 2 of these. Everything that I bought pretty much besides the buckets, I believe everything came from Amazon. So I even got some of these hose clamp ends to just to be a little fancy. And I got the red to match the Milwaukee stuff. But there has been a lot of guys that, you know, say you're running a 12 volt pump with an 18 volt battery, and I understand that. I know that there's like a step down thing that you can do to make the battery step down to 12 volts, and maybe that's something that, you know, on the second one that I make, or the next batch of these that I make, maybe I'll do that. But for the time being, I've seen guys that have ran these for, you know, a year, even more, some, and have had no issues. So the pumps, I think, are like 40 bucks. So, I mean, if it does go out, it's 40 bucks, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and mark where I want everything. I think this is in a good spot. See if I can get my marker down in here. And that is not gonna work, so let's try this pen. So I've just got some picks here. I mean, all we're doing is building a little spray rig, so it doesn't have to be, you know, this well thought out kind of crazy thing, but I'm gonna try and make it obviously as nice as possible. So I'm just gonna try and get the center of these holes punched out where I want things. So that's good. It's just a little pick to help me kind of have a center line when I drill these holes out. And some people just use screws as well. So you can do like sheetrock screws, or, you know, whatever kind of screw you want to use. I'm not sure if I'm gonna drill these out and put nuts and bolts on it, or if I'm just gonna go ahead and put a screw in it. Haven't really got that far yet, so I just want to kind of get everything sort of in a way that that I'm gonna want it. So the buckets I did get at Home Depot. These are Home Depot lids. I didn't want the orange Home Depot bucket. I just got the white bucket with with the orange lids. So I've got these are Ideal brand. So this is like a bit that I use to drill into like metal panels whenever I was an electrician, and it actually I think is going to work out just about perfect. So just like that. So we've got our pump marked, got that marked. Let's take this lid off of here, and oh yeah, perfect. Super simple. So these are reverse thread, so you're gonna lefty loosey it, get that tight. Okay, I'm gonna get some thread tape. We got the Blue Monster tape. This stuff's really good. I mean, just don't overthink it, you know what I mean? It's really simple stuff. When I first started pressure washing, man, I had no clue what I was doing. Plumbing stuff, I came from an electrician background, so plumbing is definitely not my strong suit, which you can probably tell by this video. Just don't overcomplicate it and you'll be all right. So we got some thread on there. Go ahead and tighten this down. These fittings, everything, right off Amazon. So I'll get this pump put in where I want it before I turn that to the final spot. I didn't think that I had 3/8 hose, which I was like bummed out about, because you know, that's the whole point of this thing. And one of the main things that I needed, but luckily I had an X-Jet hose that I could use. So these things are another tool that I got on Amazon, and I actually bought these to fix some irrigation leaks that I had in our flower beds. And man, if you want some like hose cutters, multi-cut, I'll see if I can find the link for these too. For stuff like this, man, it's perfect. I mean, it cuts right through this kind of hose. I'm not gonna hardly use any pressure at all. And so that's perfect. Instead of trying to get, like what I used to do, I would get a Sawzall or a jigsaw and try to cut the stuff as best as I could. It's all jagged and raggedy. So I invested in some of these. I don't remember how much they were, but solid cutters. You guys probably already have some, but if not, those are a good set. Went over to the garage and got some of these. I think I'm gonna end up using these right here, these little Phillips head self-tappers. I think I'm gonna try these. I've got a couple of these kind of longer hex head self-tappers, but I can't find very many of these right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is just use these Phillips heads, and I think they're gonna be long enough. So I'll use these. The reasoning behind that is I thought about doing like a nut and a bolt, kind of like, which I didn't bring one over here, but I've got a couple of them, but I want to try and mitigate something coming loose. Like this pump's vibrating a lot, and I don't want to go through like thread lock and all that stuff, and something like a washer or a nut falling off the bottom and going into the solution, possibly getting sucked up into the pump or something like that. So I'm just gonna keep it simple, man. I'm gonna do some self-tappers and just let it ride. So we'll see how that works. I got this from my local hardware store, and it's been freaking amazing. Just about every bit that you would need. Put that back in there. We'll get one of these number 2 bits. And I'll let you guys know too. I'll make another video kind of showing like how this thing's holding up and stuff. I think that maybe a little bit longer screw would probably be good. Yeah, because I've only got maybe a couple threads on there, but I think it's gonna be okay though, man. I don't really think that sucker's gonna go anywhere. I think I'm just overthinking it, which I do a lot. So we'll run these bad boys and we'll see how it holds up. If I need to put something else on there, then I can. So yeah, these are Dottie number 8 by 3/4 inch Phillips wafer head self-tapping drills, or self-tapping screws. So these are another thing that we use. I used a ton of in electrical work and all this stuff. I don't know like what electrical stores you guys have local, but I'm sure you could find this at Home Depot or whatever. But I get all these from like Elliott Electric. I'm gonna go ahead and drill holes for these electrical wires. I've got everything wired and kind of in place. Hey guys, quick interruption in the video. I wanted to show you something that we've recently integrated into our website. So this is our website where customers go, they find us on Google or wherever it's at. Right up here up top, you'll see Get Quote. So you click Get Quote, and this has been a game changer for us. Customers come here, they type in their name, if it's a business, their company name, email, phone number, the address, service requested, so they have house wash, concrete cleaning, deck restoration, all that stuff. Number of stories, so if it's a multi-story building or if it's a multi-story house, they choose that. And every single thing in here is required for them to submit a request. So it's a great way for us to capture people's information for reaching out to them at a later date. You know, if we want to do some promotional stuff, it tells you how they heard of us. They saw a truck, word of mouth, or Google, Facebook, anything that is on the property that we need to know about. So if there's like rust stains on the concrete, anything like that, they type that in here. They type in their availability, and if that day is not available, then what's another day that would work for you, the time that they want us to come out, and then they can also upload pictures. And as soon as they hit submit, it goes right to our Jobber app on our phones, on our tablets, desktop computer at the office, and we can see all this information, which gives us their email, like I said, their phone number, so we can give them a call, set up a time for an in-person quote. Yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys because it has brought in a ton of business for us. We have a ton of people that go to our website, and maybe before they were giving us a call, and then we'd have to capture all this information over the phone. Well, now we get it all here. Yeah, I think you guys would love it. So like I've told you in the past, you get a 14-day free trial with Jobber, and then you get 20% off your first 6 months. So if you're interested, go to the link below in the description, and I believe it's in the comments as well. Yeah, try it out. If you have any questions about how we set this up, then leave a comment and I can let you guys know. Let's get back to the video. It's a 1/2 inch thread, the 3/8 straight barb. So we'll have straight going down, 90 on top. So that's pretty much how she's gonna sit. Now we just need to do the hose and kind of get everything plumbed. But as far as like wiring, placement, everything like that is good to go. So let's get us a little stretch of hose here. That's my finger. I'm gonna heat this up just a little bit, just to give me a little bit of flexibility. And I almost forgot that hose clamp. Okay. So I probably could have made that a little bit longer. That's okay. I wanna make sure that these are tight. Don't want crack anything, but feels good. Ooh, we're almost there. Wonder if I should throw a battery on there just to see if it works. It works. Got that. So now I think all we got to do is do the bottom hose with the PVC. So this is kind of what we're looking at, guys. We have our inlet from inside of the bucket, our battery connection, our pump. We're gonna run our hose on this other side here. That will be going to our spray nozzle. Pretty simple. It's taking me a little bit longer than it probably should, but I just want it to, it's the first time I've done it, and I just want it to be a little bit clean. So of course I'm doing it for YouTube too, so I want it to look good and all that stuff. But really I want to make sure that it functions correctly, and I don't get, you know, too ahead of myself and kind of rush through it and then it doesn't work. So got this new cup today. Pretty dope. Found that at Tractor Supply. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to get a hose to go to the bottom of this bucket, and then we'll put we'll sleeve it with a piece of PVC. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna measure to about there. I don't know if y'all can hear my kiddo. What I'm gonna try and do is I cut this to like right at 13 inches. So I'm gonna see if that works well for me. You can try a different length if you want. I feel like 13 is gonna be a pretty good spot. So let me see. I don't even know if this thing will cut. That's probably not a good idea. It's made for hose. Let me cut this real quick. All right. We're going to slide this down on here. Okay. So I saw a guy that did this as well, and he cut little, like I would say, triangles out of the bottom of this tube just so it doesn't get suctioned to the bottom of the bucket. So I think I'm gonna do that as well. So you can see kind of what I did there. Pretty simple. This whole thing's really simple. Now, this piece, I'm gonna cut a little bit shorter. Let's try that. There we go. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do to keep, so I drill a hole in the bottom of this thing, and that'll keep the PVC pipe from sliding down and getting in the way of the hose that's trying to pick up the chemical. And what I'm gonna do is just put a little zip tie around it. I've had many pump sprayers, just about every brand that you can get. I've bought them from Walmart, bought them from Home Depot, I bought them from Tractor Supply. It just, you know, it seems like they never really last. There are some better ones out there, but I think for the money, if you can build something like this, I think that it's a perfect way to build a high quality sprayer that's gonna last and isn't necessarily gonna break the bank. It's pretty cool because you get to build it kind of the way that you want, and it's kind of, you know, there's a little bit of pride in that. It's kind of cool to kind of build something and then watch it work. So I don't know, I'm kind of excited about it. It's nothing crazy, but I think that it's going to be a nice change from us, you know, having to sit there and crank on these pump sprayers, then they break on you, and you're halfway through a job and the pump sprayer's not working right. I think having a couple of these in the shop, like I'm probably going to do probably 4 of these. I've got enough parts to do 2 right now, but I think I'm going to do 4 of them. And that way, man, we're kind of set up for any situation. If one goes down, then we have another one on hand. But I mean, pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat. I think it's gonna be a lot better than running pump sprayers and having to buy new ones all the time. I'm excited about it. So hopefully it works well. I'm going to get the hose cut, and I'll probably do, like, honestly, I'll probably just use this piece right here to test with, and we'll see how it does. And then eventually I have this other hose that I can also link on Amazon. And this is what the guy recommended on the video that I watched. So I bought this from Amazon as well. It's just it's an air hose. So this is what it seems like a lot of people are running. I'm gonna try it, and we'll see how it holds up compared to like the normal hose that we use. For testing purposes, we can use this and give it a go. So I do have some wands coming in that are supposed to be pretty good. I think they're the solo wands, and it's the ones that everybody's kind of recommending to use. But I'm gonna actually try this old soft wash gun that I have and see if I can't get some good pressure out of it. So we'll see how it does. But the other wand should be here. It was a little bit longer on shipping for those. I think I've got till today, I believe it's Tuesday. No, today's Wednesday. They should be here like next Monday. So a little bit of shipping delay on that. So I'm gonna try this out. We'll see how it does. I actually am gonna use this. I was able to switch the end of it to 3/8, and I've got my old soft wash nozzle on here, so not completely sure how well this is gonna work. Well, it's the only thing that I have right now until those other wands come in, so hopefully it's not too bad on this gun, because it is made for kind of a higher flow rate, so it may not be the best thing to test with, but we're gonna give it a shot. 2.5 gallons in here. Set this bad boy on there. The hose that I'm gonna use for this is gonna be 25 foot, so you won't have to carry this bucket around. But I'm excited. Let's see how well it works or how bad it sucks. Okay, so the pump does work. The issue is definitely the sucker does build some pressure. I just had that hose sitting on there. I didn't have it tightened down or anything. Let's try this. Okay, I got the tip clean. There's honestly probably some plastic got sucked through. Try some. There we go. Shuts off. No leaks. Open it back up. Perfect. So guys, keep in mind, let me leave this pressure off in here. Keep in mind that this is a big nozzle, right? Or this is a big gun. This is a 1/2 inch PVC with a 40-degree, 8-gallon-a-minute tip. So I mean, I will have I'll probably have a better realistic thing to show you guys whenever I get the other wand and stuff in, the nozzle and stuff, because that's just like a super overpowered, like the orifice size of all that stuff is so big that it's not really, I don't think, doing it justice. But it's, I mean, you saw it's doing awesome. So yeah, I mean, for I can probably put the prices of everything like right here on screen as I go, like what I paid for the pump, the battery adapters, the hose, what else, the fittings, all that stuff, the wand. It's not a lot of money, and it took me a little bit longer because I was trying to get like decent shots of everything. I was trying to do it super nice, but I honestly put one of these together in probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on like what tools you have and stuff. I brought out a lot of tools just to make it easier on me, to where I didn't have to do I didn't have to, like, you know, kind of rig stuff up. I just used like the correct tools. But yeah, man, I'm super impressed. That's actually really impressive for what it is and for how big that nozzle is. I'm really happy with that one. Like I said, that's an 8-gallon-a-minute 40-degree nozzle on a soft wash wand that was meant for a 5.5-gallon pump. This is a 1.3 gallon a minute. So I mean, this stuff is super oversized for what I should be running with it. But honestly, guys, if you like are on a budget and you don't do much soft washing, but you need a little soft wash rig, that might be a nice little soft wash rig for one of you guys, or for some of you guys. You put, you know, 50-50 mix in that with SH water and a little bit of soap. And if you got like a retaining wall, some bricks, some nasty stuff, if you want to go straight, you can with some soap in it. But that's super nice just to have handy. We might even do that on some jobs where maybe our hoses can't reach to, and we need to hit some stuff in the tight spot. We might throw some SH in there and use that as like our pump sprayer for that stuff. So yeah, and you can make the hose as long as you want. I mean, you'd have to think about, you know, if you got 2.5 gallons in there and you have 100 foot of hose, you know, how much of that liquid is going to be inside that hose by the time that your bucket is empty. So just think about stuff like that. But honestly, like I might even hook one of these up as a transfer pump for getting our SH and our degreaser out of our drums in here. Just mount it to the wall and kind of do the same thing with one of those battery adapters. I mean, that's super nice. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed, man. That's like I said, I'm gonna have all the stuff in the description for you guys if you want to purchase it on Amazon or whatever. But yeah, I'm very impressed with how it's working. So I think that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you liked it, leave us a like, subscribe. I think we're at like 10,200 subscribers or so, and the goal is 11,000 and 20,000, and we're gonna try and get up to 100,000 maybe one day. And so yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget about the jobber stuff. We've been using the heck out of it and we love it. We use it every single day. Hopefully I was able to throw some footage in here, some screen recordings for you guys on how we do our jobs now, which is a huge help that me and Ben have been working on it, and we're loving it. So that's gonna do it for the video, guys. Hope you like it. We've got some cool stuff coming out pretty soon. Let me know if you guys have any questions or if you want to see something else in a video, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. All right, peace.